Unlike us two, you may not be permanently connected from the waist down with another person.
That's why we hide behind the table. We only have 2 legs.
We wear one big pant.
Pant.
Anyways, you may play this game alone. Correct?
Correct.
I'd say most of you probably play it alone. So, what's the best school to pick if you play it alone? Death. It's death.
It's just death.
Can we just get this established right now? See, death gets more damage than fire, which is supposed to be the second best rated damage school. Death is overpowered and drains, and the utility, and everything else it has. Come on, it has like the 3rd best health in the game now. It has insanely high resist, insanely good pierce, insanely good critical, outrageously high damage, drains, you can heal yourself, kill everybody at the same time.
Look at this
Death is the best school.
Look at this rank 7. Rank 7 is the most important spell in the game for every school. How about you get healed every time you use yours? So whenever you're soloing on a death, you never have to stop and heal. You never die in a fight. Me and Kore have had the running joke for the last 1 billion years that I'm a death. I'm getting low on health. I better go do a fight.
Yeah.
How about this? This completely defines PvEing.
It's the whole game. Fint is the whole game, and you get the spell for free if you're death. Every other school, it is imperative to learn Fint.
How about 1 pip, 2 25 universal blades?
It's a better setter than balance.
How about
it's a solo school that's better at setting than the setting school.
How about a 30% universal trap? Why does it get a universal trap?
The one problem Death has is it doesn't have a rank 4. But you can buy it through Ship of Fools. Just get a pack or something. You can get Ship of Fools so easily now. But I mean, you have all this health, all this resist anyways, you don't even need it. On to the next one. Number 6.
Myth. This may be a hot take, but Myth just is so well rounded. It doesn't have insane heals, but everything else, it has over 11,000 health at max. It can hit the damage cap very, very easily. Still have 45 resist while rocking an all damage pet. Accuracy's juicy, armor piercing's over 50, power pip 100% easily.
Now you're showing off your stats like a douche.
Now I'm just flexing. But not only do I flex for that, you get minions, which have completely been deleted from PvP. But it could help you if you're soloing. You get a 0 pip stun, which doesn't get used for anything. You get pierce, you get cleanse ward, you get an AoE stun.
An overall theme with Myth is they had no idea what they wanted to do with this school. So they gave it everything. And now it's amazing. It's become a top 3 school easily.
It has so many counters. It also has shift. It has shatter. Look at this arsenal of utility.
You have spells designed for shattering shields and then hitting.
I have an entire drawled hand full of counters. Stun, cleanse ward, dimensional shift, pierce, shatter, shift, stun. It's just bonk. They get a 2 pip and a 0 pip stun. What's the best part of Myth though, Kore?
Orthrus.
This
was the absolute best rank 7 until they added the spellments. Now it's downgraded to the drastically worst position of the second best rank 7 in terms of damage.
By 10 damage.
Who cares? Who cares? Myth has borderline storm level attacks. And way more health, way more resist, more utilities, whole bunch of extra crap.
It's like
people sleep on Myth. It's amazing.
It's like if you took a storm and pulled away half of what makes Storm bad to solo with. You up the health, up the accuracy, up the resist, and you lose that much damage.
Number 5 is life.
This one is very, very simple to wrap your head around. It's got to be one of the 3 best schools to solo because you get heals. You're the healing school. Not only do you have heals, but what's the status of their total HP, Kore?
The most.
The most in the game.
Unfairly, you're the heal school. Ice is the tank school with the most health, but life has the most health for some reason.
And you get a 2 pip heal, you get a 4 pip heal. There's even an X pip heal that you'll probably never really use, but if you need to, it's there.
200 per pip is amazing balls.
You can remove a damage over time on yourself anytime you want for 1 pip. The low, measly price of 1 pip.
Check out the rank 7 real quick.
The rank 7's actually really good to be the healing class.
It's outrageously high damage for what life is.
It also has almost a rank 4 now. It has Rat Spin, which you can do round 1 beginning in like Celestia, which is crazy. Life never had that. This is a must-have spell. So if you solo Life, you need this spell from level like 50 or 60 all the way up until Wallaroo, where you get Zand the Bandit, where you can also AoE round 1. All of these healing hacks with health and them having a decent, very solid rank 7 and other AoEs makes this a great place to have it on the list.
Number 4, you're not going to believe it.
Kore's favorite school.
Ice!
Number 4 is Ice.
This would never have happened if Frost Giant didn't get the buff it got. Just saying. I would have put Ice dead last. No cap.
Also, Wallaroo lets Ice get over 200 damage comfortably for the first time.
Look how much
ever.
resist you have. I mean, resist is it's completely pointless, but I mean, it's kind of cool. 52 resist and 209 damage with that much health. Ice is looking up lately, guys.
Over 40 Pierce, Power Pip's still good, Accuracy's still good, and the spells, they get pretty good spells to solo with. You get a 0 pip stun, you get Frozen Armor. How busted is that?
Not really.
Not really.
You'll never use it, but I mean, it's there.
If you're soloing, you might have to if you're fighting a hard boss. You can also steal shields off people. That's really good if you're doing... I know there's a fight in Zafaria where the guy cheat spams a 90% tower shield. Yoink on you. He's gone with it. You just hit him. Blop. Also, look at that.
Tower shield can be handy sometimes, early levels. Not when Pierce starts coming and rearing its disgusting, filthy face.
Well, by that time anyways, the game has evolved to just Frenzy rank 7 anyways.
Yeah, so...
Blade rank 7. Lower levels, that's really useful. 50% to any school. You can still heal over times, but let's get on to the juicy hits. I can't believe we're saying juicy hits for Ice.
You get a real rank 4.
That's worth its weight in gold. Or are you ready to brag on this thing here? Have we ever bragged on this spell in the history of this channel?
No, we have not.
Go off, King.
It's the worst rank 7 still.
It's still the worst.
But,
no, it's not the worst rank
what's
7.
Worse?
We'll get to that later. But it's the second worst rank 7 now.
That's true, actually. There's a rank 7 worse than Frost Giant now if you're soloing. Let's go ahead and clock this in. Big burst damage Frost Giant, new buff. We even kept the useless stun. I'm so happy right now.
Happy?
You can't see it, but I'm happy. It's in my eyes. I love how they buffed it. They finally listened. Thank you.
In short, Ice gets a reasonable rank 7. It has really high resist, really high health, manageable damage. That's why we have it right here.
Number 3! You would have never expected this, probably. This is probably just as unexpected as the previous entry. Storm is not that good to solo with.
Storm is not.
Not at the start.
Especially at start, which is the biggest part of what this is. Because you get to higher level, the lines are blurred. This is starting off lower level, the first half of the game.
Abysmal gameplay. Abysmal. You're fizzling all the time. You have such low health, no resist at all. You still barely have any resist. I'm 31 at level 170.
I'm all damaged, so I'm 31 resist. That gets pierced by any boss.
You have no resist.
Ever at higher level worlds. I can get to 10,000. Let's see. Swap wand. I can get to 10,000 health pretty easily and still be at the soft cap, 240 damage actually, and still keep my resist really low and accuracy, 54 pierce, 100% power pip, but core.
Tempest is the best spell in the game, probably.
It is probably the most well-rounded spell in the game.
Whip out an AoE at any time of the day or night.
If you're a low level and you're a storm and you're questing, your hand could just look like this.
Once you get Tempest, you're never taking it out of your deck. Except for very niche situations. Tempest is outrageously good. Too good.
It's
not just
always
kidding.
good. You can
Remove
always
Tempest.
use it.
Remove Tempest.
Okay.
Remove Tempest.
Okay. This right here is a really underrated spell. Cleanse Charm. There's so many bosses, especially balance or balance mobs, that just spam 25, 45. Sometimes they even throw 90% weaknesses on you. This is just like, nope.
I think it's an S tier utility spell.
You also get Disarm, which isn't as useful,
bad.
but it's the counterpart to it. It'd probably be a really good PvP spell. Supercharge doesn't really get used that much. I don't know if I've ever actually used it unless I was going for 1 in a million. These are the highlighted spells that are probably the best that Storm has to offer. The 3 utilities we already mentioned, and then your Tempest attack, your rank 7 attack, which we'll go more on later, a rank 9 AoE, which is awesome because you can cantrip in an extra pip or whatever you want to do, set up extra, and hit with this Sirens round 2. Beefy AoE.
Delicious.
You have the strongest, just straight up attack in the game in Storm Owl. Bunyip's Rage, which maxed out.
A borderline game destroying AoE.
You can do more round 1 with this than you can round 2 actually, with Frost Giant base, which is insane. Go off on this one.
It's the best rank 7 now. It used to be slightly less than Orthrus, 10 less damage. I'm the rank 7 aficionado, and you get the useless stun. If Stormlord did not have that stun, that would deal like 1,000 damage base. This is where I'm gonna cut it off here at the list. You can solo with every school above. Below, you need help.
This is not a solo school. You can be crazy ham if you have a team around you. If you're a Storm, no team, no live.
Yeah. The number 2 worst is Fire. I'm not sorry.
This is a recent discovery of ours. We didn't used to be haters of Fire. I can say now I'm a hater of Fire for soloing. Yes, I know people are going to be in the comments, bust out their little German keyboards and be like, actually, you can just scald and incendiate with fires and they're so good, they're actually the best. No.
This is a solo. Solo.
And let me just show you real quick why Fire is so garbage. Rank 2, it's a dot. It's broken in half by a dot. Rank 4, gotta hurt yourself. Rank 4, it's a dot. Rank 5, it's a dot. You have a pretty good rank 4, which does give it something. Rank 4s are very useful to have, but they're more useful whenever you're in a team and everyone can rank 4. Solos, you gotta step up to rank 7, which is where it starts unwinding.
Let's just start with this claim. I'm not claim. This is a fact. They made Fire the trap school. Fuel, other examples, Backdraft. Fire is horrible. It's terrible if you trap. Don't trap as a Fire. You're wasting it. Because if you're going to split it into a DOT, you're going to use the first trap on the first hit, which half the time is the weaker hit. But for Fire Dragon, it's stronger. You're breaking it up into 100 different parts. If you use Fint, which we have previously established is the best spell in the freaking game, the whole meta is using Fint, you're wasting it.
Ice is better at hitting with a rank 7 now than Fire is, and that's just a shame because it has so much damage. I'm over the damage cap easily in the 238s, over 11,000, decent resist. I mean, Fire looks very similar to Myth on paper until you pull out this sack of turds.
The number 1 absolute worst school to solo with, I can account for it, is Balance.
Kore used to be a Balance main.
It's my first wizard I ever made was a Balance.
And it took him forever to get through Chrysalis because one of the very first bosses in Chrysalis, I didn't know this till recently, I don't know if you know this, The very first or second boss you fight in Chrysalis, completely immune to balance.
How fun. No convert.
And there's no convert. That's
no
what
convert.
Makes it so
no
bad.
nothing. Now listen, balance is good if you are in a team. It's pretty decent. It's like middle of the road. Balance is, it's good. If you're alone, this balance on balance fights can feel borderline unwinnable. They can. When I got this raw spell quest, I couldn't beat it. I had him beat it for me. I tried it for like 3 hours straight. I could not beat it. It's too hard. Balance on balance. Too much resist. No convert at all.
Balance has so many like hacky spells that are just OP, but you need someone with you to get the full benefit. Blade, you want to blade like a storm or a myth. Blade, you can diffuse, you can put a universal hex on, you can steal pips, you can destroy an aura.
Can I just say how profoundly unfair it is that we get a plus 25% blade?
Also, it may have the worst shadow spell ever conceived. 350 balance, 350 some random school.
I want to sit here.
And then a bubble.
I would like to apologize for all the worst ranking videos we've made and completely glossed over Gaze of Fate. It is one of the worst spells in the entire game, and we have not discussed it once.
It kind of looks like you. That's why he wears glasses. He only has one eye right in the middle of his head.
I didn't know if you knew that, but it's true.
Until you get above like level 100, you have no way to AoE hit balance without it being balanced. You get Nested Fury, which is kept behind a Shadow Pip, and you can use that to hit balances. And you have Rainbow Serpent, which is kept behind a School Pip. You can use that. But that's well into the second half of the game, where it gets easy anyways. You have enough Pierce you don't even need to hit with any other school than balance. The first half is where it's rough.
Early game balance is the worst experience you can probably have in this game if you're trying to beat it alone.
If you are a balance main and you're soloing, or at least soloing part of the time, please make a snappy Griffin pet. It gives you a blade, it gives you a feint, and this treasure card here is invaluable. It gives you an AoE.
That
rank
is not
7, that's not
balance.
Yes.
Balance has a little bit more health than death, and a little bit more resist, but a little less damage.
But they have decent, very decent health. They have top tier damage, good accuracy, decent resist. This is an offensive build, so it's going to be low anyways. Pierce is a little low. Power Pip's fine. Overall, Core, balance is dog water.
If you're alone, it's terrible. If you're with the crew, it's all right to have.
If you have a friend that'll help you, do your balance walkthrough with them. Core, what do you think about this ranking video?
This has been a tremendous episode of Kore Boar Tech.
The most accurate.
Kore Boar Tech.
Ow, go solo death.